We live.
What's going on, people? Uncle Hotep Hotep Jesus back at it again. Hotep's been told you episode. Oh shoot, man, I messed up.
You got your
Episode 14.
14.
We still going strong. We riding. Um, Hotep, how was your week, man? How you doing?
Oh man, crazy week. I just dropped my Twitter marketing course. Link for that is in the description. I give away my formula that's working for not only me and for others. If you apply it, it's guaranteed to work, but you got to study. My formula is very sneaky, it's very psychological. So, some people have read my book once and have seen some level of success. But if you don't study my formula and read the book again, it's gems you're gonna miss on the first read. So what I did was I put together this course for a limited time only. You got like less than 3 days left to take advantage of the low price of $100. The link is in the description. Take advantage of the price now because I ain't dropping it to $100 again. It's going up to $350. But my formula works. It's there. It's in video format. We got 2 hours of just me teaching you Twitter and marketing overall. So it's a lot of lessons there. Comes with a free copy of my book, Twitter Marketing, How to Build a Cult-Like Following. And I'll be updating that thing once a month with new videos as Twitter evolves and as my formula gets sharper. Also, in the description box, I got a link to U2 Coin. U2 Coin, we've worked out a deal where you guys get a discount. If you use my discount code in the description box, they got an ICO right now. You could buy in. I really like the coin because of their mission. Their mission is basically to empower YouTube creators. So anytime I see blockchain and empower creators, I'm usually all in. Just like Mines.com, I just got verified there. You guys can follow me on Mines. But other than that, man, what's up, yo? How you feeling, yo? How your week going?
What's going on, all right, man? I just got back. I didn't even know I was going to be able to make it today. I just got back. Oh, shout out to Lipster Davis for the super chat. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yo, for real, yo, I appreciate that, man. You always come through.
Yeah, I just got back. It was we were trying to find schools for my daughter to go to kindergarten, so we just went and looked at the school. We already signed up. Oh, it's like a lottery and stuff like that. So we went to the open house. So hurried home. We got done quick. So that's about it. Let's get right to it. I know y'all want to talk about Kavanaugh, but we're gonna get to him after we get to Cosby. We gotta talk about Bill. They sent Bill to jail, man.
Yeah,
Locked up, man.
he in there right now.
Yo, listen, they even got memes that said he turned Muslim already, man. Like, what's going on, man? They call him Uncle Bilal.
Yo, they said Uncle Bilal. Oh wow, killed it. That's classic. That's a good one. See, I don't like laughing at jokes on other man's, but that's actually pretty fucking funny. It's funny. Um, yeah, when you go to jail, you definitely gotta go Muslim. Or you gotta bang. Mess with the Bloods or the Crips. Oh man, they got my guy Cosby, man. They got my guy Cosby. Damn, 3 to 10. They got him. What is he gonna serve? 3?
He's got to serve 3. I think he might be able to get like 3 months off, but like I think in Pennsylvania they got like truth and sentencing. There's like all that probation and parole shit, man. You got to do 75-80% of your time. So,
really? So he can't even come home on no 9 months good behavior.
No, he got to do at least damn near that 3, man.
Damn. You know how I feel about Bill and this whole situation? I think Bill gave up. I think Bill got tired of fighting.
Right.
And I think that his guilty conscience of not sexual assault, but I think just what his wife is going through. And he's like, if I'd have just been truthful to my wife and faithful to my wife, none of this wouldn't even have been possible, So I think some of his guilty conscience sitting there, I think he gave up because he could have put up a better fight on the defense side of things. I think he gave up and just, his guilty conscience kicked in. But I feel bad. I feel bad that he got to do this 3 years. This comes back to the fact that Bill's conservative in a lot of ways. He's also not useful to the left. He's lost contact and support from the black community, telling us, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and, pull your pants up, that whole thing. So he lost connection with the black youth. So he's no longer useful to the left, which is why they can discard him. Then you have the whole story about him purchasing NBC, as Dick Gregory has made us privy to, and others as well. So the evil left, John Jay's peoples, have worked hard to get Cosby out the box, because Cosby is a man who, if he ever was given too much room to wiggle, he could actually do something for black people, unlike Kamala Harris, Maxine Waters, Al Sharpton, and the rest of these Negroes who look for handouts from the left and only work or are successful because they work for the left. We see Keith Ellison is being harbored and protected after his abuse, but he's useful to the left. And we have to understand that when we talk about the left, we're talking about the power structure of Hollywood TV and mainstream media. When people talk about the left, they like to just say Democrats, but we have to know that the media, Hollywood, music, entertainment, everything that comes across that tube is left leaning. I was studying this week. I was studying up on John Henrik Clarke. I was doing my Hotep Black Supremacy refresher. And as I was going through my refresher, I ran across a piece of work in there, and it said that as we analyze this thing called white supremacy, we understand that, according to my ancestor, rest in peace, John Henrik Clarke, he says that the most potent defense mechanism of white supremacy is liberal anthropology. I just like to repeat that one more time for the people that might have missed that. The most potent defense mechanism for white supremacy is liberal anthropology. So when black people like to wonder, when black people like to call us coons, Uncle Toms for siding with the right, just like them to know that they are on the wrong side of history. They are on the wrong side of black power. They're on the wrong side. They are, in fact, corroborating and cooperating with evil and so-called white supremacy. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, definitely. The liberal anthology is quote unquote the white supremacy these people cry about. Back to Bill. He did step up. And that's one of the things I always say is, like, the pound cake speech was. I think that was the nail in the coffin. They was like, oh, we gotta fix this guy. And along with, if you look at it at the broad picture, him going to trial for a sexual assault that happened years ago, this actually sets the stage for all these other things you see, as you see with Kavanaugh and how they try to get with Trump. They're trying to use these sexual assaults to try to control the political landscape.
Yeah.
NBC might be a part of it, because we got with Prince. Prince trying to buy his stuff back. Mike MJ tried to buy his stuff back, and you see how they ended up. Bill, it's I've seen a lot of the black liberals. The Jamillas and the Cassius. The Roots. Some people were happy. Amber Rose put up a whole meme talking about she wished he do 10. She wishes he'd do 10 years and he get out. As soon as he get out, he drop dead. I'm like, man, this is what these things. How you gonna wish another black man to drop dead? Everybody all right. I don't understand this stuff, man. I don't understand it. He got caught slipping. You know, that's how I feel out. You know, he was he thought he had one more run in him. Oh, and I don't know why he chose that lady, man. God damn, Bill, what the hell was you looking at? What the hell was you thinking? You know, I'm not even get into this stuff like I don't know how you drug somebody if you give them the pill, like here, take this, you take it, you know, you're drugged. I mean, you took the drug, God damn it. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. I don't know. You know, I thought it was a setup for the word go from Hannibal Buress from the time he made that video that started the whole the whole run-in to Constant to DA. The DA, he was running on the platform. I'm gonna put Bill Cosby in jail. Like, what kind of shit is that, man?
Yeah, yeah.
They wasted. He got a mistrial. They said, "Oh no, Bill, let's run it back." You know what I'm saying? So they really wanted to put him in jail. So I mean, I'm just being real. Some of y'all might be thinking we bullshitting or we over exaggerate being a black male in America. These are the type of things you gotta look at, man. You got like if you can't help your people out too far, or if straight off that liberal plantation, they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna make an example of you." You gotta stay clean. You know what I mean? You can't. You gotta keep your business in order. Like if you ride around a car with no license, right? You can't put tint on your windows. You can't go speeding. Your seatbelt better be buckled.
Yeah, yeah.
So Bill should have had all his shit lined up. He want to pull this bullshit. He out here slipping in
What about?
I hope he gets out, man. He get 3. Hope he can get that 3, man. I hope because I want him to give pound cake. I hope he do 3 and just come out and cuss these niggas out one more time. You don't feel me? I want him to give a pound cake too. Yeah, but yo, imagine Bill and you on the tier with Bill Cosby. I'll be at a cell all day telling jokes, man.
The whole day, yo. I'm telling you, he gonna run that whole prison. Yo, he gonna have a whole bunch of educated brothers in that prison. Like, yo, Bill, yo, put us on game.
I know, man. It's gonna be wild, man. It's really gonna be wild.
I'd love to be his celly. That'd be so much fun.
You know, because he's gonna tell all types of stories. He got nothing but time in jail, man.
Nothing but time. You're gonna know everything about Hollywood. You're gonna know everybody's business.
You got a couple super chats, man.
All right. What we got? We got Benjamin Rogan, $10 super chat. He says the evil left are sick people. Everyone in America can see that now. Love the podcast, FC. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mad love. Just here to listen. If this came twice, lucky you. From Racing. Thank you, Racing. I appreciate you with the $4.99. You already know how I feel about you. Thank you so much. So much. That's my peoples right there. What about Bill Clinton, yo? And his this is like the bias that you can obviously see. And you have people like Bill Clinton whose accusers are like basically ignored. They be on Twitter like making like hell every single day, and people just be ignoring that shit. So you can just kind of tell there's a lot of bias being held here, and the left is the party in power.
Yeah, definitely with Ellison and Clinton. You know, I think Juanita Broderick, man, she keeps saying, hey, what about me? What about me? They're like, oh, Juanita, shut your ass up, take your ass back to Arkansas. We don't want to hear nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't even believe it's so two-faced how people are with this stuff. Like if you're on one political side of the spectrum, it's okay. Hey, charge them, do what you want. But if you're on their side, Ellison, and this is where the right is not playing by the same rules the left is. You know what I mean? You're always going to end up losing if you we gotta play straight, we gotta play it fair while they over here cheating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a L.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling black people. I feel like the conservatives is the niggas of the United States, because every time I go to give advice to the right, it's like the same exact advice I be giving black people, which lets me know we all fighting the same exact damn enemy. Because, you know, black people try to be all this inclusive kumbaya shit with, you know, Asians. Meanwhile, Asians is whooping your ass in the nail shop. You feel me? And then with the right, it's like the right wants to be all ethically. Like, I like Scott Adams, but for my taste, he's a little too middle for me. He's a little too middle for me. He's a little too nice for my taste. And I think it's too many guys on the right that's trying to take this moral high ground. And maybe they see something I don't. Maybe, you know, they got more age and more stayed in this game than I do. So maybe they see something I don't. But from where I'm sitting, we're playing the middle. A little too tough. It's a little too late in the game to be playing that middle ground, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I think you got to go a little bit harder. And I think their idea of harder is just make harder memes and just make fun of more people. And like, that's not that's not what's going to get it done, bro. You know what I mean? You got to go at them.
Yeah. Even Cernovich was like mad. Like the other night, seemed like he was just like ready to give up on everything. And I'm just like, huh? You know, like maybe these guys see something I don't see. So I invited Cernovich on. I was like, yo, come on my channel. Let's talk about this Kavanaugh thing. Because I really want to know what they see. So I could see it. You know, but I'm looking at it like this is war. You know, I'm not saying, you know, take the high ground, the moral high ground at all. What I'm saying is take the fight to a different battlefield, right? So my fight is just like the blacks. So what I tell the blacks is we got to build our own media. We got to build our own banking institutions. We need to build our own educational systems. The right has to do the same exact thing. The right has to be more serious about having venture capital and funding startups. Otherwise, we're going to be destroyed by Silicon Valley. We need to have our own banking mechanisms. Otherwise, you're going to keep having people getting their Stripe and their PayPal removed. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's so, that's why I started my email list. If you check my Twitter bio, I got an email list because I'm taking this fight to a whole different battlefield, which is more long term. You know, I think a lot of people want the microwave fix for this thing, which is, you know, voting and this hearing or whatever. But I think that the fight needs to be shifted to something more long term, something that can actually, I mean, look at the media. At some point, we have to create a strong media on the right to make the left look foolish. Because I'm going to talk about the media when we talk about Kavanaugh. I'm going to stop there.
All right.
Super chat. John J., you playing middle ground by not reading my super chat. $5 from John J. You right, John J. You are absolutely right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apologize to you. But I'm also going to say that's why you here. That's why you here, because you play that important role to woke the people up.
Yes, indeed. Real quick, before we go to Kavanaugh, man, I just reminded myself. Tariq Nasheed, man. Y'all see he got his blue check mark taken. He started crying. They gave that thing right back to him. Now, what does that tell you about Tariq Nasheed, man? I made a video. I said, Tariq Nasheed worked for the peoples. You can't tell me no different. Well, what's his connect on Twitter? That he can make a call and be like, whoa. You took a blue check mark. That shit was gone. That shit was back before 24 hours.
Yeah, he got it back same day. Like it only took it took about 6 hours. But it's you know, I think we got to chalk it up to the fact that we know he got it taken because he sided with Bill Cosby, and that wasn't a liberal talking point. But the next day, his complaining and the white supremacy, and he did a good job crying online, and I think that his little following did a great job fighting the battle for him to put the pressure on Twitter and say, hey, this is racism. Because, you know, that's their thing. You know, you cry racism and you'll get your stuff back. Definitely, I think they were looking at it like, well, he's more of an asset to the left than the right. And the last thing they want to do is push people to the right. We saw what happened to Farrakhan. Farrakhan lost his check mark. He ain't cry about it though. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Yeah,
right, but you're right about Tariq. His father, he's got a strong follower. They love Tariq Nasheed to death. The people that fuck with Tariq, they really fuck with him to death, man. I'm like, damn. But I try to explain to him, like, yo, listen, if they ever wanted to put an agent in, they would put an agent in that y'all all follow. They're not gonna put me like y'all hate me. You know what I'm saying? But you call me agent, but you love him. Who you think the man's gonna get to be an agent? Duh, Tariq Nasheed. I can't believe black.
yeah.
I can't even believe it, man.
Tariq, I mean, even when I was a Hidden Colors addict, I never looked at Hidden Colors and saw Tariq Nasheed. I've thanked them for putting that together.
Right.
But really, I was thinking of people like Umar, Dr. Kaba Kameen, Phil Valentine, those types of guys is who I was fans of. I wasn't really a Tariq Nasheed fan, so to speak. So like how he got this following is just like beyond me. And I just feel like it goes back to the fact that as long as you can be one of those black talking heads that complains about something, especially when it's white people, you'll always get people to your side. It's accountability that's a hard sell. And that's what Hotep sells. We sell accountability. And it's a very hard sell, but it's an honest sell. And I think that's the difference between us and them. When people say we're the agents, it's sometimes it's disappointing, but at the same time, it just goes to show that they're not paying attention. Because why would the system that needs you dependent want to back something that preaches independence?
Yeah. Yeah. John J. Hypocrite F y'all. Enjoy this last bit of change coming from me. See ya, boy. John J, man, don't do us like that, man.
John J. All right, so here's the deal, John J. If you're still listening, right? We need 1.5 million cash up front, right? Each. That's each. So you need 1.5 million for Uncle Hotep, and I need 1.5 million for myself. That's up front. And then we're gonna need monthly payments thereafter of about $1,200 just to cover our Section 8 after we lose our lives. Now, once that 1.5 million hits my account, we're gonna talk about everything you want to talk about. But until I got that backing, my hands is tied, yo. The right won't even let me talk about what I need to talk about. So I apologize, but 1.5 million wired to my bank account. Need that.
All right, let's get to Kavanaugh, man. Let's get to Kavanaugh. Everybody watched it, man. I watched Ford, and I got to watch some of the beginning of Kavanaugh's. Did you get to watch any of it, man?
Yeah, it was hard to watch, but I watched bits and pieces.
Okay.
I saw some clips. I got some dirt.
What did you think of Ford? It seemed to me like the thing that bothered me is like she had a crystal clear memory of this event 30 years ago. But when they asked her, when the lady was asking her, and I love the female prosecutor, I thought she did a good job. Some people were saying, oh, she wasn't hard enough, but she was methodical. But she had a crystal clear memory of one day in the 80s. But 2 months ago, she was like, well, when did you schedule this? When did you get? She was like, she had to look at a paper at a timeline. She didn't remember any of that stuff. I'm like, come on, man. This is the story where she said, she went up the stairs. She don't know who pushed her in the room. It was Kavanaugh, and then they was jumping on the bed. And when they jumped on the bed, she got away and she just ran out the house. I don't know. I will say maybe she probably likely did get assaulted, but I'm not sure. I don't really believe it was Kavanaugh. I think she's just pulling a name out of her hat. I think the left did their homework and they found, with like what's that thing? Six Degrees of Kevin Bacon. You know what I mean? There was some degrees of friends between them two that
Yeah.
kind of linked them together. They might have been in the same house, or the same party one time.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Hey, let's run with this." And and people are asking like, "What? Why would she do that?" She's gonna be famous for the rest of her life. Nobody knew this woman before this, right? She was a doctor. This will far exceed anything she's done being a doctor. And she's famous forever now. You know what I mean? She's probably gonna be she's gonna get on Ellen on the late night TV. You know, she's gonna do the rounds and shit like that. Come on now, people don't understand, man. This is money to her.
Money, fame. The book deal that comes after this. The book deal, you know, they'll do it for the book deal. That's, you know, usually that's a good check up front, plus the royalties that come on the back end. Oh man, where do we start on this? This is unprecedented, first of all. Nothing like this has ever happened with a Supreme Court justice hearing ever. Let's talk about her demeanor, her personality, her character, who she is, and what I saw. What I saw was, number one, an airhead. Number two, what I saw was somebody who liked to get the train ran on them by the football team. I saw that in a younger self, a younger version of her. She reminded me of all the white girls that would guzzle the football team after the winning games. She'd enjoy it. That was like their pastime. She also comes off like the type of white woman that would lie after being embarrassed.
Right.
After being made to look like a whore. Now, I don't know if what I'm saying right now is politically correct, and I'm not going to apologize for it either. Maybe I need to apologize to my future self for when I run for Senate and they pull this video up and they try to me. But what I saw was a woman that would feel no remorse in lying. She could put her hand on the Bible because she probably doesn't believe in anything and lie. She looked like a woman that would do anything for a payday. And I mean anything. She looked like a woman that was propped up and well trained to take this hearing at the very minimal level to make it look real. That's what I saw in this Ford lady. What I see with this entire debacle is corruption from the media down in the Congress, and it leaks over into the GOP. What I'm seeing is something that should scare black people. You see, when the white man can get in the courtroom and be treated unfairly, the black man should be expecting to be treated double unfairly.
They're gonna wear Negroes. They're gonna wear Negroes out, man. They're gonna wear us out, man.
We're done in the courtroom. This has set a precedent, which means you can now accuse somebody of something and they are now guilty in the public eye because we control the media and because we can have CNN pundits come up here and talk about how guilty he is for 24 hours and inundate people with this brainwashing and indoctrination. So now it just opens the door for when a black face gets up there and does something wrong or not wrong, for the media to put their foot in his ass, euphemistically speaking. And then for the courts to broadcast you all across the nation, embarrass you and your family All because one party didn't get their way in one election. A temper tantrum. It has nothing to do with women. It has nothing to do with Me Too or protecting women or feminism. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. This has everything to do with the fact that Donald Trump beat Hillary and Kavanaugh is a Trump pick. Kavanaugh is a GOP pick. And they want to stall. And they want to stop him from getting voted in. And a black man who is now at the bottom of the totem pole because Hispanics have jumped over us, as you've seen with the ICE debacle, with the open borders. We are now soot at the bottom of the fireplace. We are the dog shit on the bottom of the shoe. Not only that, we are the ones throwing shit on the sidewalk for our own selves to step in. You see, when we get up there and we say Kavanaugh is guilty and I believe this woman, and you've passed judgment on two people that you know nothing about, but you've passed judgment just because these cameras can situate somebody a certain way and commentary from people all around you and the media. All because of that, they can control your mind and make you think a certain way. But at the same time, all you're doing is digging a hole for yourself by going down that rabbit hole. It's sickening to watch black people actually go against Kavanaugh. It makes me sick to my stomach. That's why I couldn't watch the hearings too much today, because that mixed with the black commentary, it was all I saw was just being led to slaughter. I'm like, damn, we really about to like kill ourselves. We really committing suicide, group suicide. This is like self-genocide.
Yeah, definitely. I think her lawyer is like a big Hillary Clinton Foundation donor. You know, this is how shady the left is playing. They ain't playing fair. I mean, you should expect this type of stuff. You know, one thing at one point I wanted to mention is when the prosecutor lady, she kept harboring about the lie detector test, and they fell right for the trap. She was like, well, are you going to pay for it? And she was like, well, the lawyers was like, oh, let me get the mic. And I was saying, it was crazy. So who was actually funding all this stuff? And then she plugged her GoFundMe. See, now the GoFundMe is like a cover. You know what I mean? Because like, if you want to pay somebody off, they're like, well, you go ahead and do it. When you put your GoFundMe up, we're going to put the money in your GoFundMe. You see how slick they're going? You know what I'm saying? So now the GoFundMe is going to pay for all. See, the people don't even have to pay her off. They be like, man, just go on GoFundMe. We'll handle the media, and you're gonna get paid for it, and you're gonna have extra on top. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't impressed with her testimony. I just don't think she can be crystal clear. It wasn't proven like how she knew it was Kavanaugh. I mean, she said she knew him. We ran in some of the same circles, but if they had maybe a picture or something like that, you know, I could be like, yeah, you know what I mean. But we'll see. I think there's a couple of super chats. Man.
Yeah, Renegade Funk. Shout out to Renegade Funk. He got a new blog up on the website. Go check that out now. Talking about the resolutions between the war between black men and black women up on hotepnation.com. Check that out. He says, believe women did not work for Emmett Till. Blacks would be stupid to abandon due process. Me Too is a reckoning by bitter single women against the sexual revolution, letting alphas bang them freely. Woo! Yeah. That's my boy. Shout out to my homie Renegade Funk out of Japan. John J, $5 super chat. John J says, you the dog shit on the bottom, but but you need a few million in the bank to speak about the top. Hypocrite house ends talking about Kavanaugh nonsense. Yo, John Jay, let me just tell you something, yo. You right. I am the dog shit on the bottom. You are absolutely right. I'm the worst. I'm literally just like these other motherfuckers out here because I'm not talking about it. You are absolutely right. 1.5 mil to my bank account, though. It still stands because I got kids and shit. You know what I mean? I got to make a living out here, and you know what I mean. The evil left got the Soros peoples that I just can't battle right now because the right ain't. See, here's the thing about the right. I'll be very frank about the right, and I'll tell you the problem with the right. The right scared of Hoteps. They scared of us. You see, if the rights got the Hoteps involved, do you know what that would do to the whole political spectrum? And I'm not talking about just Hotep Nation. I'm talking about if y'all got in bed with Farrakhan and the 5%ers, and I don't know where Jay Electronica stands, but you know what I mean? I'm the Hebrew Israelites. Like, that would be the massive disruption that you would need to cause that rift in the black community to wake black people up. Because you see, you understand that the Hoteps in the Hotep community, 125th Street, have been blackballed from the media for so long. And if you give the Hoteps a voice, we could bring you a whole audience that could actually change things. The problem is a lot of people sitting in some seats, and really they're just trying to change their seat to a better seat. They don't really care too much on the right. And I'm not asking anybody for anything. I'm just saying, if the right, even the people of the right, if they got behind Hoteps more and allowed us to red pill them on certain topics, we could get a lot further. But the right, I got to be honest, the right stupid too. The right is stupid too. They're not as stupid as the left. But there's a lot of facts that the right does not want to accept. And that's why they're in this Kavanaugh situation. Because the right keep getting blindsided because they're harboring, the right is harboring an ally that claims to be their friend. But that same ally that they keep harboring is the one orchestrating everything going wrong with Kavanaugh.
Now, you mentioned the Cernovich earlier. I think he made some couple comments like he didn't think Kavanaugh. Well, he was trying to make it seem like, well, this is what the right gets for nominating Kavanaugh in the first place. Like, I think he would have went with like a woman nomination or something like that. Do you think Trump was wrong for nominating another, white male? White males are under attack, like you just said, man. They're coming from white males. They, they got the African American, the Al-Qaeda to shine. They got them underneath that.
Yeah.
But you think they made the right choice?
Well, here's my thing: if the left is setting the rules, and you're picking a woman just because you want to follow the left rules, the left is in control.
Right.
So that doesn't make sense to say, oh, we should have picked the pick that they couldn't attack us with. No, what you need to do is grab your kahunas and stop letting them attack your picks.
Right.
Y'all need to stop playing games and get serious and stop being so critical of what Trump is doing. If Trump say the guy is Kavanaugh, the guy is Kavanaugh. When the left say this is our guy, like they did with Hillary, They gonna move Bernie Sanders out the paint. They gonna corroborate. They gonna Donna Brazilla's ass out of here. They're gonna move the funds around for their guy. Now, I'm not saying the right should break laws and be a criminal like Hillary is. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if the chief make a move, whether it's right or wrong, you back it. It's just like the military, dog. If we out in the motherfucking wilderness of Afghanistan and chiefs say move left, you gotta move left. Otherwise, you have discord, because not moving left is gonna cost you your life. And that's the problem. We want to be critical of the president. If you want to be critical of the president, you go call that man, and you do that in the privacy of that conversation. You rise in rank and do that from what's the name. But now what we have is we create a pick, Brett Kavanaugh, and that's our pick, right? And then you have the left that's gonna complain about it. So then you join in complaining about it too, and then wonder why when he gets there that the left didn't smell blood, didn't see weakness when y'all was questioning your own guy's pick. So they saw blood already. Yeah. So no, it doesn't make sense. If you want another white man in that office, you put another white man in that office.
Guerrilla Radio TV. What's up, my man? That's my man. $5 donation. Farrakhan for the win. His interview with Alex Jones is history. Yes, indeed, that was history. Now, we're going to talk about Kavanaugh's his testimony. You know, he was crying a lot. He was drinking a lot of water. Man, that bro was thirsty as hell, man. He was like, he couldn't stop drinking water, man. But you know, I saw a lot of pain in his face. You know, it seemed like his family was going through obviously a lot. You know, and he made a comment. He was about to say, he said he's been under FBI investigation 6. He was about to say 6 effing times, but he corrected himself 6 times because he, you know, on his way to being a judge or stuff like that. Nobody, they have never found any of this stuff. Now all of a sudden, the Supreme Court, they think Roe v. Wade is under assault. They bring out the nuclear weapons. They bring out the big guns. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I found his testimony, you know, I thought he was very believable. I don't think it was him, to be. I'm just trying to be honest here. You know, I don't think it was him. You know, it might have been somebody around the same school or something like that. But I definitely don't think him. Just from how he was reacting, it wasn't a reacting that he was embarrassed. He was like he put his family and the people through a lot, you know, and all the clerks, all the people that work with him, they all backed him. It's not like with Cosby. You know, Cosby kept doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? From this accusation on, you know, they have a couple things now with the college. I guess he was drunk in college, but there hasn't been anything on Kavanaugh. He hasn't been arrested or anything. So I don't know. I thought he did good. And I thought from the way he reacted, I think it was good that he reacted that way. He reacted with fire and with a purpose. You know, he was actually trying to fight back against, you know, the left. You know, and I thought that played well. And I think somebody in the chat said they're actually going to vote Friday if somebody corrects us wrong. But I think they're going to go ahead with the vote tomorrow.
No, John Jay, you did not hurt my feelings. I'm on your side. You gotta pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention. I'm on your side. Let's talk about Kavanaugh's demeanor. Kavanaugh's demeanor, first of all, I gotta take my hats off to that man. That's strong. He's a strong man. He got up there, he had to talk about being a 30-year-old virgin in front of the nation. They talking about farts and whatnot. We talking about farting in Congress.
That was their code in high school code on the yearbook.
Bruh, do you see what we dealing with? And that's what I'm saying to black people. I'm like, yo, y'all over here talking about Kavanaugh. Y'all don't even see these niggas talking about farts in Congress, and y'all taking this whole accusation thing serious. Like, this is how much of a reach it is. We went from rape to farting. This is how hard they gotta reach. This is how hard they gotta reach to come up with accusation. But I think Brett Kavanaugh did a great job. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. If I was Kavanaugh and we switched shoes, I think I would have gave up, yo.
Definitely.
I think I would have gave up, yo, because it's like, it's annoying, not because I felt like I'm losing, but it's annoying that you like, all right, cool, we're about to go and do this hearing, you know, I'm about to go be a judge, you know, on the Supreme Court, and then it's just like, oh, okay, they're giving me a hard time. All right, we kind of expected this. It's like, we're moving this into a criminal investigation of rape, and it's just like, whoa, wait, whoa, what? Like, and you know it's politically motivated. So then I'm thinking to myself, like, well, knowing the Dems and how they move, this is going to be a Cosby thing, right? So if Kavanaugh ain't aware, if the right ain't aware, I'm aware. We just had the third accuser come out yesterday, Retnick or something like that. Yeah. We just had the third. They're going to keep pulling these people out of the MK Ultra factory, right? They're going to keep pulling these people out of the woodwork to attack this guy. So it's not just this he has to endure. He has to endure this for like possibly like, you know, for the next couple of years. And I'm just thinking about like my family in that situation, my kids, my wife. Like, how would I feel if they had to deal with all of that? And I'm just like, I'm a millionaire. I could just go quit and go chill in Acapulco and be like, I'm not even showing up to this fake shit.
Right.
Like, y'all get ahead. Y'all want to play in the playground. Y'all get ahead. I'm not going to play this game with you. That's how I feel. So I feel like he's really strong as a man to get up there and finish this out. Because Hotep Jesus, I'm saying right now, Hotep Jesus, I don't know if I could have finished it out without cussing somebody out, without whooping somebody ass, right? Like, without doing something stupid. Like, you know, I would need a really strong team around me to get through something like this. Because this is hard, man. This is really hard because his reputation's done. His reputation done. He will forever be known as a rapist. Look at how black people, D.Omen, that's one of the go-to sources for people in the hip-hop world to go get music from, and he's on the left side. You know, there's multiple people, and he blocked me, by the way. Multiple people on black people. Here's how I look at black people. I look at black people as being like the bottom of the barrel, right? So like the information comes down to the top. And then by the time political news hits black people, that kind of lets you know what everybody knows, because black people are always the last people to know some real shit. They're the first ones to know about entertainment. But when it comes to like real shit, they're the last ones to know. So once I see black people believing the left and are chiming in on this Kavanaugh hearing, because usually there was no black people chiming in on this Kavanaugh hearing thing, right? There was no hip hop community chiming in on this thing. It's not until this recent rape allegation that these people are chiming in. But the fact that the black people are now chiming in and are on the left side is letting me know that everybody above them has been saturated with groupthink that he's guilty, which means his reputation is tarnished amongst the population.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing, you gotta, you know how I got some black people to engage on this? You know, I made a tweet and somebody put it on Reddit. It's all over Reddit and Facebook. I was like, trusting the survivor is the same shit that got Emmett Till killed. You know what I mean? Those white dudes believed what this woman said about Emmett Till. I mean, staring at him, looking at him, trying to give some yams or whatever. And they went and killed the bull. It's the same thing. Now the punishment is different, but just believing somebody because they said something is the same thing we're going through here. You have to have due process. If you don't have due process, you don't have a country. I don't know. You might as well bring the Wild Wild West back. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And for us to be like, now some of them agreed, and some of them are like, yeah, man, that's deep. Like, yeah, I'm like, so many people agree with it, but some people are like, oh, it was racism. He didn't die because of that. It was because of racism. I'm like, it's not. We always want to put racism on that on something, man. No, it was the accusing of sexual assault that got Emmett Till killed.
Right. Looking at a white woman.
That woman never said nothing to Emmett Till be alive today.
Right. I'll say it now, say it again. If the white man can't get due process, the black man will never get due process.
You got that right, man.
I'm gonna share this with y'all. As you can see here, we got this black woman, Representative Sheila Jackson slips envelope to Dr. Ford's lawyer following hearing. What is this? What is this? Is that a love note? What is that thing? It looks like it's a folded piece of paper. You know what I mean? Is that a check? What is that? What is that? We need some answers. We need some answers. And this is what I'm saying. It's like how it looks is that the white liberal goes, Sheila, come here right here. Come here real quick, Sheila. Hand this to the lawyer for me, please. Yes, master. Right away, master. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like some corroboration. Of course, we know that that's there. But I just wanted to play that clip. I got more dirt. Let's look at Miss Ford really fast. We got a tweet here from A Savage Nation. Says, who is Dr. Blasey Ford? Well, besides being a professor at the off-brand university, she also works at a major university down the street from Palo Alto. If anybody knows Palo Alto, we talking about them Silicon Valley types. She just so happens to head up the CIA undergraduate internship program at Stanford University. Christine Blasey's brother, Ralph III, used to work for the international law firm of Baker Hostetler. Baker and Hostetler. The firm created Fusion GPS. Now we know Fusion, before I finish this, we know Fusion GPS is Soros backed. That just came out. The company who wrote the Russian dossier, they later admitted it was only a collection of field interviews. Baker Hostetler is located in the same building where the CIA operates. Oh boy. Oh boy. This the information that will never make it to mainstream media. It'll never make it to the ears of our beloved black brothers and sisters. And even if it does, they're going to say, so what? What does that mean? It doesn't mean she wasn't raped. And that right there indicates or points to the fact that they lack the ability to critically think on their own without the assistance of CNN training wheels.
Yeah, right. Speaking of Emmett Till, Jesse Williams made a tweet. Let's wrap this up pretty quickly. 7 minutes left. Jesse Williams, man, he put a meme using Emmett Till, his mother, as the Nike meme that Colin Kaepernick did for Nike. Nike's up, I don't know what, $6 billion or something crazy. He used the meme to because I guess he's coming out with a movie, a documentary on Emmett Till, more racial porn, I guess. But they were giving it to him, man. Is this what we're going to see since Nike is like bought off activism? People are going to try more stuff like this, man.
Oh, absolutely. You see, he was riding that wave. He was riding that Nike wave, and he thought like it was still all good to try to feed off of that, little viral joke. Here's the image right here He's got her, Emmett Till's mother, believe in something even if it means sacrifice and everything. Till coming soon. He used it to promote a movie, um, which is really tacky, that he used this um to promote his movie. Bad timing, wasn't funny, not a good joke at all. Caught a lot of backlash, but yeah, when Nike's allowed to take the so-called black struggle and make it a commodity, that's what you get. You get more of that. They just opened the door to it. So he thought it was cool to make Emmett Till a commodity to sell his movie, which is just distasteful through and through. But I mean, is he even black? Like, ain't he like Sean King black?
Nah, I mean, well, it's his parents are verified.
His parents are verified.
Yeah,
Okay.
his parents is verified. Red Bud, thank you for the super chat. Blessings, Hotep and B2Y, Indica Fund. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Yale students, man. What's up with you Yale students, man? They protested, man.
Yeah, the Yale students protesting the Kavanaugh thing. Yale is a fine institution where the white man has a hard time getting accepted to. We spoke about that in I want to say episode 11, episode 10, somewhere around there. White man having a hard time getting into Ivy League schools because other people are getting preferential treatment. It's neither here nor there. But this this is an institution that our best lawyers are supposed to come out of. Now, if a lawyer is supposed to be objective, I think that this is going against that mission to make a nation of objective lawyers. Really, what they're basically saying is we're going to indoctrinate this next batch of lawyers to be left-wing drones, legal drones. And they marched them out there to do the demonstration, almost like an externship, on the job training to let them know, this is what they'll be promoting and backing and empowering, this defiance of due process, the crybabiness of the left. And I think it's sad that you send kids to school to go learn, and instead your money's being wasted while they go on a stupid field trip.
I tell you what, man, my daughter go to some school and talking that and all that crazy. I'm like, oh, yo, I ain't send your ass up there to do all this bullshit. You go and get your degree, take your ass back home, get you a gig. All this protesting and shit like that. It seems like these kids just go to school to protest, man. Like, what are they doing, man?
They got kids her age protesting?
No, I'm just saying if it ever gets to that point.
Oh, yo, my kids came home after Trump got elected, and it was all sad. I was like, what's wrong? And they were just like, I don't know. Like, they were just like really down. So when I really like hammered down, I was trying to find out, well, what happened today? And they were like, well, everybody was just sad because Trump is president now. So I had to like sit my kids down and let them know, like, look, we won. You should be happy. But it just goes to show you that the way the teachers have taken that is now affecting the kids, So now the kids are getting this bias in their mind, and they're getting their emotions actually toyed with. It's sickening, man. It's really sickening and scary.
It definitely is. Yeah, you got to be on top of the game because you'll let that programming. They'll put that programming right in their brain, man. You gotta be on top of with these kids. You know what I mean? You can't just send them to school and be like, oh man, they're learning something. You know what I mean? They send them to school. Well, what did you learn today, man? You know what I mean? You gotta be like, you gotta put some of this stuff on pause.
Right.
Wrapping up Trump's press conference, you know what I mean? That was epic, man. He really went in, man. I never seen any presidential press conferences like Trump. You know, he was candid, you know what I mean? And this is why I voted for. One of the reasons a lot of people voted for Trump. He's candid. He'll tell it like it is, you know what I mean? He even talked about Kavanaugh. He was like, well, he finessed it. He was like, well, if Ford says something that makes me think, then I'll like, hey, I might be able to change my mind. But, you know, he backs Kavanaugh, and he said as much. And that press conference was something else, man.
Oh yeah. Which conference was that? What was that he said? What was his big line in that one? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know, man. There was a couple.
He said something had me rolling. I forget what it was. Damn.
But Mr. Kurt. He said Mr. Kurt. At one time he talked. I swear he tried to pull off a Chinese accent, man. I fell out, man. This guy really is.
I mean, that's why I like Trump, because he's always been candid. You know, I don't feel like I'm looking at somebody that's putting on a front. You know, my whole life I've been looking at politicians that put on the front. And it's for the first time. I always said, like, what is it like if like we get somebody in there who doesn't put up a front? Like, that would be kind of fun. And we finally have that guy, and it's just like everybody hates him. And I'm just like, yeah. Like, now what? You know? Because I was like, I wanted to be that guy. Like, you know, I want to be in Senate and then just be really candid and say everything that's politically incorrect. You know, because the politically correct stuff is just the smokescreen to pass corruption.
Right. You're definitely right. All right, that's another episode in the books, episode 14, man. What you got going on down the pipe, man? What's going on with Hotep Jesus' world? What do you got to say to the people before we get out of here?
New app coming. Working on that. Again, my Twitter marketing course, link is in the box. YouTube coin, ICO, you guys can get that. My marketing course, my Twitter marketing course, 3 days. You got 3 days to get that at the $100 price. Of course, donate to Hotep Nation Patreon. But other than that, it's just Hotep's just trying to keep our nose clean. I think Bill Cosby got me just like, you know, we just got to keep our nose clean, man. We got to keep our nose clean because any little slip up is going to be used against us. So everybody out there, just be safe. Keep your nose clean. If you got a woman, stick close to her. If not, cut her ass off.
Yo, Perez wants to know, you still got these Jordan, CNN Jordan shirts? You still got these Jordans? Yeah, the Jordan joints, the link is in the description. Just go to themagasuperstore.com. The description box got the link in there. So just hit that. They still there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't got nothing, man. Just subscribe, follow me on Twitter, check my blog out, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk to you next week, man.
I'll see you next week, yo.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, yo.